Welcome back to the channel. If you appreciate research that is grounded in evidence, analysis that is careful, and conversations that challenge bold claims without fear, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others who value critical thinking. And before you leave, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your perspective. Now, let's get started with the episode. Tonight we examine a claim that has resurfaced strongly in the digital age. Is the sky a dome? Is there a solid structure above us, enclosing the Earth? This idea is often connected to flat Earth cosmology, but it is older than the internet. Much older. To understand it properly, we need to go back thousands of years. In the book of Genesis 1 verses 6 to 8, we read, "And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. And God called the firmament heaven." The Hebrew word used here is rakia. Some interpret this word to mean a solid dome. Ancient cosmology in the Near East often described the sky as a structure holding back cosmic waters. Old Testament scholar John H. Walton explains, the Israelites shared a common ancient Near Eastern cosmology. The rakia was perceived as a solid structure that separated waters above from waters below. This is important. The dome concept originates in ancient worldview, not modern conspiracy theory. In Mesopotamian texts such as the Enuma Elish, the sky is described as a barrier created from the body of the goddess Tiamat. Egyptian cosmology also depicted the sky goddess Nut arching over the earth like a vault. Ancient people did not have telescopes. They observed the sky visually. It appeared like a curved ceiling. Historian Samuel Noah Kramer wrote, "The cosmology of the ancient Near East imagined a three-tiered universe. Heavens above, earth in the middle, waters below." This structure made sense within their observational framework. But ancient cosmology is not the same as modern astronomy. The question today is different. Is there physical evidence that a literal dome exists above Earth? Let's turn to science. In the 3rd century BCE, Greek scholar Eratosthenes measured the circumference of the Earth using shadows cast in different cities. His calculations were remarkably accurate. If the Earth were enclosed in a rigid dome with fixed geometry inconsistent with planetary curvature, such measurements would fail. They did not. In the 17th century, astronomer Galileo Galilei used a telescope to observe Jupiter's moons. He documented their motion in 1610. This observation alone demonstrated that not everything revolves around Earth. If the sky were a small enclosed dome with celestial lights fixed upon it, we would not observe moons orbiting another planet. In modern times, satellites orbit Earth continuously. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1 in 1957. Since then, thousands of satellites have been placed into orbit by multiple nations. NASA's tracking systems, as well as independent amateur radio operators, routinely confirm satellite positions. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson has stated, "We have spacecraft that have left the solar system. We track them. We communicate with them. Their trajectories are consistent with a spherical Earth in open space." Consider the Voyager probes. Voyager 1 was launched in 1977 and is now in interstellar space. Its signals are received and measured with precision consistent with gravitational physics. If a solid dome enclosed Earth, these trajectories would be impossible. Now let's address the claim that rockets hit a barrier. There is no verified footage of a rocket striking a dome. Rocket launches are tracked globally. Independent space agencies from the United States, Russia, China, India, and private companies like SpaceX operate launch systems. The physics of orbital mechanics are consistent across independent nations that do not share political interests. Furthermore, atmospheric science explains why the sky appears blue and curved. The blue color results from Rayleigh scattering. Sunlight interacts with atmospheric molecules, scattering shorter wavelengths. Physicist Lord Rayleigh described this phenomenon in the 19th century. No dome required. High-altitude balloon footage consistently shows curvature at sufficient altitude. Amateur balloon experiments have recorded similar results using consumer-grade equipment. Now let's return to the biblical firmament. Hebrew scholar Paul Seeley has written extensively on the term rakia. He argues, the firmament reflects ancient cosmological understanding and should not be read as a scientific statement. In other words, Genesis describes the world as it appeared within its cultural context. Ancient texts often use phenomenological language. We still say sunrise and sunset, even though we know Earth rotates. Language reflects perception. The dome theory today often arises from literalist readings combined with distrust of institutions. Historian Ronald Numbers observed, Modern anti-scientific movements often grow from a deep suspicion of centralized authority. In the internet era, flat Earth and dome theories have found digital communities. But claims require evidence, and evidence must be repeatable. Astronomy is one of the most testable sciences. You can purchase a telescope. You can track planetary motion. You can observe eclipses predicted decades in advance. Solar and lunar eclipses occur with mathematical precision based on orbital mechanics. A dome model cannot account for these predictions with the same consistency. There is also the matter of international cooperation. The International Space Station orbits Earth every 90 minutes. It is visible to the naked eye at certain times. Amateur astronomers track its path independently. Its orbit is consistent with gravitational equations first described by Isaac Newton in the 17th century. Newton's law of universal gravitation remains predictive centuries later. If a dome enclosed Earth, satellite decay rates, orbital speeds, and gravitational measurements would behave differently. They do not. So why does the dome concept endure? Partly because ancient cosmology is poetic and intuitive. Looking up, the sky feels like a ceiling. Storm clouds resemble a barrier. And psychologically, enclosure feels comprehensible. Infinite space feels overwhelming. Philosopher Immanuel Kant once wrote about the starry heavens above me inspiring awe. Human beings respond emotionally to the sky. The dome theory offers certainty. It limits the cosmos. But scientific discovery has consistently expanded our view. From Copernicus to Hubble, each era revealed a larger universe. The Hubble Space Telescope has observed galaxies billions of light years away. The cosmic microwave background radiation, discovered in 1965, provides evidence of a vast expanding universe. These observations come from independent measurements, repeated experiments, and international collaboration. So is the sky a dome? Ancient cultures often imagined it that way. Modern evidence does not support a literal solid structure enclosing Earth. The firmament belongs to ancient cosmology, not contemporary astrophysics. Understanding the difference between poetic worldview and physical reality is essential, because when we misread genre and context, we create unnecessary conflict between faith and science. In the next episode, we confront one of the most debated claims of the 20th century. Was the moon landing staged? We will examine archival footage, Cold War politics, independent verification, and the physics behind one of humanity's greatest achievements. Thank you for joining this exploration. If this is the kind of content you value, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to hear what you think. This is Curiosity Kenyon. Stay curious, stay vigilant,